Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my August wrap up, which I'm so excited about. So I think I had a good month last month. I think I personally had a good month. So I read the grand total of 7 books, which only 4 of them are here because the other 3 are audio or on my phone. But I read 7 books this month, which is so exciting. So let's get into the details of all of these 7 books. Book number 1, which I will put on screen here, is The Great Gatsby, which I did read as an audio. I actually listened to it. It was an audiobook that I listened to. It took me about 3 days to read, so I did actually start it in July, but I finished it in August. I think I finished it on the 2nd of August. And I did rate this a 3-star, only because I did enjoy the book, but I feel like there's parts of it that I just kept getting lost in. And honestly, as of right now, I can't really remember what any of the book is about, apart from that I know a few people died, and that's it. That's all I knew about the book. So it's going to be a 3-star for me. So it's going to hold that. Oh, I've got a drink. Hopefully I don't cough as much now. My drink of choice is just water, because that's all I drink really. I feel like this is not for me maybe, but I feel like it would. I think a lot of people would enjoy the book. I just personally don't think the book's for me, but yeah. Anyway, my second book was also an audiobook, which I will pop here again, which was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which I feel like is a bit of a different vibe, a bit more. It's probably more of a kid's book than anything, to be honest, but I enjoyed it. I did actually read it. I was again obviously an audiobook. I did listen to it in one day, and I did rate it a 3-star as well. I did enjoy the book. I just feel like obviously it's more meant for kids and younger people. But yeah, I did enjoy the book. It was quite good. I do remember a bit more of the plot for this one, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed the book though. It was quite a quick read. It was like an hour or 2. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. It was something like that. It wasn't too bad. Anyway, my third book, which is a bit more exciting, because I can actually show you the book, which is The Summer Seekers. This one took a bit longer to read. I think it took about 5 days to read. I did enjoy the book. I feel like part of the book though, I kind of like guessed a little bit with some stuff going on. The only bit I didn't really like too much about the book is it kind of went between those with a few people's paths. And I think at some point it went towards too many people's, but other than that it was a good book. I did enjoy it. I don't know. I did enjoy the book, but I probably wouldn't like pick up a book from her again, because it wasn't like, I'd like other romances more. And it was a 4-star for me. It was about a woman who's like in the 80s who wanted to go onto the Route 66, because that's like one of the only routes like travel wise she hasn't done, and she used to have a show called The Summer Seekers, which is why it's called The Summer Seekers. However, she needed a driver to drive her, so someone applied for the job because they didn't want to live where they was living anymore, and they wanted to go on an adventure and wanted to travel. However, they can drive, but they didn't like driving and they weren't confident driving, so she was trying to like pretend that she could drive and then go through the whole thing, and hopefully by the time she finished she could drive. They had like a little bit of romance and stuff, not them two together obviously, but separately and stuff. And then yeah, there was also some romance going on with the mum's daughter. The mum's daughter was not with them for the majority of it, but she was back home and stuff was happening back home and stuff. It was a good book. It is Just My Luck by Adele Parks. I did enjoy this book, but I rated it a 3-star, but I don't know if I want to drop it, to be honest, because I feel like there was characters in this book I did not like. To be fair, I don't think I really liked any of the characters, and how people got treated and the whole concept really. But I think, yeah, I think I might make my rating a little lower. I feel like a lot of the plot was like, it was good. It was good. There was definitely a couple of things that you found out towards the end that was good about the plot, but most of the plot was like a bit predictable, a bit boring. I did read it quite quick, but it was because I was trying to do it for a reader challenge at the time, and I think that's the only reason why I read it quick. If not, I probably would have ended up DNF in the book. But yeah, so I probably weren't rating it. I might rate it a 2 instead of a 3 because I personally don't really like it. I think I have one more book from this author, and I don't know if I'm going to read the book because I didn't really like this book. But yeah, I don't know. It's not my favourite. I'm probably going to donate it to a charity shop because of that, but yeah. Hopefully other people like it a bit more than I do, but anyway. My next books I'm doing together because they are together, which is my babies, is If He Had Been With Me and If Only I Had Told Her, which I love. I love both of these books. I did a reader vlog of this and I have more opinions on there, but my god, my heart broke when I read these. Mainly this one. I think with this book, if you haven't already read it, probably miss the first chapter and then read from the second chapter, and then if you want to, read the first chapter again, because it kind of like spoils it, not spoils it, but it goes into like, it tells you basically what's happening at the end of the book before it's the end of the book, and then in the middle of the book is all the backstory. But I feel like if you don't want to ruin it too much, thingy, don't read the first chapter. I feel like this book would have hit me a lot harder. If I didn't read the first chapter, because I kind of knew what was going to happen towards the end. But this book, what is that noise? I have no idea if you guys can even hear this or the noise or not. Anyway, this book is from there's two characters called Autumn and Finn. This book is more just from Autumn's perspective. This book, however, is from Finn's, but there is 2 other characters in this as well. It's like split into 3 parts, but it's Finn's part, which you get some like information that makes a bit more sense with this. Anyway, I do love this book. This book made me sob quite a few times, mainly in the second person's perspective, mainly. Although, to be fair, there's a few things in this that I feel like were a bit predictable. It was like kind of slightly at the end of this book as well, but that's okay, because it's a good book. They can be predictable if they're a good book. I love these books so much, honestly. I wish I could just reread them for the first time, but like, obviously it does not happen like that, but I wish I could. Anyway, I did rate them both 5 stars. Also, they both took me like they both took me about 3 days to read. I read one first and I did one after, but it took about 3 days each. I was trying to do a reading challenge alongside reading them, so it took a bit of time to read. Anyway, my last book. I love my last book, which is Love Story by Lindsay Kelk. I did read this on my phone, so I don't have a physical copy, but I probably will buy the physical copy one day because I did love the book. I only rated it 4 stars. It did take me about 4 days to read, but I don't know what about the book, but I just loved it. It basically, it's in the perspective of a female who's an author, but she doesn't go by her name, she goes by a different name online, and basically she loses her, she only has 1 novel out. It's a very good seller, and she has a second one coming out when she loses it, and people that she knows, people on social media, everyone wants to try and figure out who she is, because she doesn't go online. She just wants to be an author who writes, not to be known. But yeah, it's very good. I like the romance between some of the characters. I just like how everything plays out. The romance, her finally being able to like get courage to do stuff, and I love it. I love the book. I love the book. I feel like I've got recently, in the past like year or something, really into romance. So like, just throw a romance at me and I will probably rate it a 5-star. But yeah, which is probably an issue. Probably an issue. But I did love these books. But I probably will donate these to charity. As much as I like them, they are not. I don't mind not having them with me, basically. But yeah, I might donate these two to charity. These two, however, I love them. Anyway, that is my wrap up for August. Anyway, I will see you not next week, but on a Friday for a new video. Bye guys.